Hey everyone, welcome. Today I will take you on a journey with a game called Starfield from the developer Bethesda that pretty much everyone heard about at some point. Let me first start off by saying that I've never played a Fallout game in my life. I did play other Bethesda games like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online for hundreds of hours, so I did not jump in fully oblivion. The general opinion on Starfield is divided. Some people love it, others despise it. Overall, there can be a lot said about it, and we'll be able to draw a conclusion together at the end of today's video. If we look at Bethesda in general, I feel that in every game they add something special that fully immerses you. Let's call it the Bethesda sprinkles. What are these sprinkles? Why do we tend to forgive Bethesda for mistakes that we would not forgive any other developer? Let's try to find the answer together while we take this journey where we start and finish with only one side quest. Alright, here we go.
Look at this one over here. Calvert! No! No. It's a laser, not a sledgehammer. Ease up! Benning, if you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go!
We start our journey as a miner. We find some sort of artifact that gives us some weird visions. We grab hold of it and then we pass out. When we wake up, we meet an NPC called Barrett, and not long after that, pirates attack the mining base and we need to defend it. I don't have... oh, I have enough bullets actually. This artifact is apparently very special and even pirates want their hands on it. After the fight, we talk again with Barrett, who is a member of a group called the Constellation. He tells us he had some experience with the artifacts as well, and he gives us his ship. What a chat, huh? He also tells us to meet the other members of the Constellation. We take the ship, fly towards them to find more about what they are and what they represent. That it's actually a cutscene, what is kind of unfortunate, not gonna lie. When we arrive, we get informed of what they do as a group from an NPC called Sarah. In short, they are explorers of the universe. We join them and we get the mission to find more of these artifacts. With the opening out of the way is where the game really starts. It lets you decide what you want to do at this point. You can explore, build outposts, continue your quests, etc. As I did not care so much about the main story yet, we began exploring the city called Atlantis. I took up a quest from an organization called the UC Vanguard, aka Space Police, expecting they would ask me to pick up some flowers. This was, however, not the case. You actually start to learn about the history of the universe itself, the wars people have been through, and the different factions and alliances. You get a recap of the history and everything that has happened, and it all feels like a good setup and immerses you further into the game to make you understand where you are and how the world works.
The Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
There are 3 different factions, and we are now within the United Colonies, or UC in short. My first real mission from the UC Vanguards is that we fly to some planet to collect some materials and bring them to another planet. Easy enough, you would think. As soon as we land, we can already see something is not right here. Things did not go well in this place, and we start looking around for clues on what actually happened.
Either I got hit harder than I thought, or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. 2nd floor, main building. But be quiet.
We meet with Hadrian, the sole survivor who is in poor condition and who was a former researcher at the UC. She informs us that a creature called the Terramorph did this. It attacked and left nothing but devastation behind, and it's still out there somewhere.
Vanguard, huh? Yeah, I expect they didn't. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in.
What happened?
Left of the settlers? the work of Oxysio Machina.
We need to turn the power on to activate the defenses, scan for its location, to finally come eye to eye with the monstrosity itself.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire.
Oh my... No, that's nasty.
Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the Terramorph towards the lights.
Is he crazy?
Give it hell, Vanguard.
Oh my god. With the help of the defenses and a hard-fought battle, we manage to kill it and take a sample from it. We talk again to Hadrian and we learn more about the creature's history and where they're from. She tells us that the Terramorph normally come between 70 and 100 years where people settle, and we also learn that this already happened in a city called Londinium. In this city it was so bad that the army decided to abandon it and make sure they would not be able to reach anywhere else by bombing the spaceports and sealing it completely off.
Equipment? It's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this Terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But
Yeah.
Terramorphs? They're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, Terramorphs tend to just appear.
Okay.
No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of Terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this.
After this, Hadrian asked us to deliver the sample we took from the Terramorph to someone called Dr. Walker for further research. We take it with us and set out on a mission to find Dr. Walker, who apparently is somewhere on Mars. After we land, we don't know his exact location, so we need to talk to the local NPCs to find out more.
Support for the United Colonies. Seek your local Marine recruiter if you wish to sign up for military.
Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker?
Yes, sir.
Stray topsider wanders into my bar asking after a man like Percival Walker. Raises questions. What do you want with him?
After we do some missions for the people there, we receive more detailed information on his exact whereabouts and we track him down.
Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines.
Okay.
Was also going to warn you about spacers down there, but it sounds like you might have already tossed those dregs. Yes, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. If she made you come all the way for this, let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Yes, sir. When we finally find him, we tell him about the Terramorphs, give him the sample, and he is not happy. He is shocked by what he discovers and informs us about the dangers.
Sample. You're not lying to me?
No.
Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Yes.
It was a city wiped completely off the map.
He's still gonna explain, huh?
I don't think it was transported to Talsetti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
After grouping up with Hadrian and Dr. Walker, we discuss what the best course of action would be and decide that we need to inform the UC government about this. We are able to set up a meeting with the president of the UC, and after informing her about the situation, all hell breaks loose and the main capital is under attack.
So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Hey, I was just chilling.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Really?
More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
What is it?
Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
What? Where's my other weapon? Yeah. Fuck off, dude. Okay, okay. Yalla, go back.
They're going to betray you.
Captain!
Oh, I'm dead.
Be okay.
It's not gonna be okay, woman.
Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real. We have to put down that force.
So it's not okay. This time, the Terramorphs show up in the city and it's up to us to fight them with everything we've got. During the battle, we also learned that the Terramorphs use telepathy attacks to screw with your mind because they weren't already terrifying enough. Oh, it's fine, they just want to be friends. Sarah, you're gonna be fine. Oh, this is bad. Oh, that was so close.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss. Captain? Hadrian? It
President.
would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today,
Look at the guy behind her.
as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
The battle was hard fought, but we managed to survive and we are able to save the city from complete disaster. Because of our heroic actions, we are made an official citizen and we learn about a very dark secret. We need to meet with someone who might have more information about the subject. They are holding this person captive underground and he also requested us for us to meet. After going to this secret facility, we get some Hannibal Lecter scenario and learn that this person is in fact the admiral who gave the order to abandon Londinium and bomb it, killing millions of people. He should have been executed by the UC, but they decided that he could still be useful to them.
Mayo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
More bombs get dropped as we learn that Hadrian is in fact a clone of him and he now wants us to do certain tasks for him before he will help us. He wants us to find more members of the old team that investigated the Terramorphs like Hadrian and Dr. Walker. We need to track down a scientist called Orlas as he went rogue after the Londinium ordeal and sold his skill to the highest bidder. After tracking his ship down, he is not happy to see us. Actually dock them, that's cool. Vasco, what are you doing here, bruv? No, dude, don't kill yourself. Yeah, he dead. Can we save him? Dude. When we fly back to the Admiral, he seems to not really care about his death and he quickly assigns us with a new mission. This time we need to find a war robot called Kaiser. He is made by the military as a weapon and is part of the old science team that fought the Terramorphs. Hadrian informs us about his last known location in the desolated war zone. As we head out there, we do several missions, but we eventually track him down.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside. My mission is the disarmament of Unit XW-99. Designation, Siren. Nearest final active Xeno weapon, 99 has proven a far more formidable adversary than its peers. Will you aid me with disarmament?
Before we could take him with us, he first wants us to help him fight an active Xeno weapon, as this is the main reason he is on the planet. We go with him and prepare for yet another fight. Whoa, 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 okay, okay, yo, 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 yo. We eventually track down this creature and realize that at this moment we are severely underleveled for the mission. We do manage somehow to survive our way through it, but this is mostly because of Kaiser. After the fight, we take Kaiser with us and travel to Hadrian and Dr. Walker to deliver him. We talk again with Hadrian and find out that there's also some natural solutions to combat the Terramorphs. There's a creature called the Aciles that eats them and are harmless to humans. Hadrian also proposes another solution to use a microbe, what brings more risks to it, but is quicker against the Terramorphs threat. Before we can focus on any of these solutions, we need to know more about the Terramorphs themselves, and the only place that is perfect to go is, you guessed it, Londinium, the place where millions got roasted. This is where I spent some time leveling up before heading out to Londinium, as the quest was around level 30 plus and we are not even level 10. After doing some other quests, I head back to Hadrian to start what feels like the big climax. Fully loaded and with some experience under our belt, we head out to Londinium.
This world is off limits. You were advised to jump to safe harbor immediately. Let me check my logs. Alright, you can proceed.
Alright.
Let them know you're on your way.
As soon as we land on the planet, you already get an eerie feeling as we enter the UC military base just outside of the city.
Inside the barriers, double time!
So this is London, huh? So now,
You're heading to command, far end of the compound.
see if we can finish this mission now.
Cold here. Too cold to be safe for sure.
We meet with the local commander for a briefing and she reminds us about the situation and our mission that we need to get some samples from the terramorphs roaming the city. He also tells us that if things get foobar, she won't send any troops to save us, so good luck, we are on our own. Okay, are we ready?
You ready to do
I'm ready, yes.
Then let's get this show on the road.
Holy shit, okay.
Alright. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Holy shit, alright. They're not joking, huh? We head in and have a battle of a lifetime. Wow, just one of those. What the?
Which one is going to kill me?
Open fire! Fire, damn it!
After we take care of some terramorphs, we enter a certain room and make the craziest discovery as of yet.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinium. Real marvel. What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only.
Maybe that's what they're tracking the terramorphs, huh?
Captain, have you seen this? Oh my God, the heat leeches are terramorphs.
But heat leeches infest every settlement, every corner of the settled systems. That means that every single one...
After receiving all the information, we fight our way back to the military base where Walker is waiting for us to analyze the samples we collected. I don't know if we want this.
Control system reboot required. Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Okay.
Admiral Senna, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here?
Yeah, it's your father.
Look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon.
See, he saw it.
No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
Now they're calling those creatures. I think I can nullify them, but I'm gonna need some help. There should be some radar equipment powered up now around the port. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal from there.
They're going to turn on you. Kill them. Kill them first.
You've lost. You're never gonna win. They always win.
That's not me. I'm just numbing out the frequency.
We freed them, and they're helping us.
I've still got more capacity. Get to the next thing.
All sides. They're all around us. Fall back.
That's a rough battle.
Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vay Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond. I'm sorry, what?
Captain, now's really not the time to be making cracks like that. No. No, that can't be. I saw him. He's actually really alive? My God. And you've known that, what? All this time? And decided now was the time to bring it up?
As no one is able to know this information that the Terramorphs can be made from the leeches, there's only one real suspect that could have done it. I am of course talking about Starfield's Hannibal Lecter, the Admiral, or also known as the Father. We tell Hadrian about her father being alive and we fly back for the final confrontation with him.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis.
Alright, going down.
Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here.
After deciding and not taking the side of the Admiral, it is time to inform the President of everything we know
Welcome
and
back,
reap
all of
the
you.
rewards.
I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike.
Yes, ma'am.
Is what I'm reading here true?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what? That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies...
And they're not gonna do anything about it.
We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vayvictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Cool.
On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies.
Okay, that's enough. Enough talking. Done. Here we also choose to go with the breeding Azelis instead of the microbe to combat the Terramorphs in the future. As a reward, we get a Class 1 citizenship in the city and a massive penthouse to call our home. While we take a tour through my new home, fully furnished by yours truly, let's talk a bit about Starfield as a final conclusion. Although there's a lot of things in the game that I think people have every right to complain about, like the fast traveling, the loading screens, exploring empty planets, spreading himself too thin, and just overall disappointing moments, I also think there's something special here. This is also the reason I took you on this journey, because keep in mind this is just one side quest. The skill, the story, the dialogue, the stakes and even the fighting was a joy to play through. I believe many other players had this experience, and I believe this is also why I can forgive Starfield for all its flaws it has. I hope you enjoyed watching and taking this ride with me, and thank you so much for sticking to the end. Have a fantastic day and I hope to see you soon.